now we're going to tighten up the house by air sealing, adding an R38 to the living quarters here. And there's a backspace office room in this particular area. So we're going to solve that problem for them today. We're going to take you upstairs and get some air sealing. Once again, welcome to Air Seal Technology. Let's go for a ride.
Welcome to the attic. As you can see, we have most of our materials and supplies that we'll need for this task. So we're going to start with sealing the top plates. As you can see, we've already prepped by pulling the insulation back and revealing the top plates. So basically what we want to do is begin to cover any openings that may connect this unconditioned area where we're at to the conditioned area below where we live. So basically what I'm doing here is giving each top plate an even bead of dial foam, and it's fairly simple to do. You know, I've done it 100 times, so it looks pretty easy right here, but it takes a little practice. It's not much, and you just go about the attic sealing areas. Here you can see a close-up of how we get the straw into the cavity and give it a nice smooth flow with a bead that we try to maintain the same size throughout so it looks fairly neat when we're complete. And that's pretty much it for sealing top plates. As you begin to make your way through the attic air sealing, at some point the can begins to run low on foam. If you cannot cover your linear inch in 3 seconds, then it's time to change out the can. So you also want to be careful of debris sticking to the straw, not allowing you to get a nice even bead. You might have to clean it quite often. It's a good idea also to have a source of light outside of the light source that's in the attic. We usually wear headlights. They work fantastic. It's very hard to get to a flashlight once you've put on the Tyvek suit. And as you can see in this video, we lost our light source, but we can continue to still work with the headlights on and proceed with the air sealing process. Most attics will tell you where the problems are if you know what to look for. For fiberglass insulation, it's normally dark spots that you find in the insulation that'll tell you where air sealing needs to be done. Here you can see it needs to be done. Once all the air sealing is done, we're ready to move on to the next phase of the insulation process.
Hey, I'm Zeke. Today we'll be doing the attic blow. We're going to go up and blow about 15 inches of insulation in this attic. We've already air sealed and prepped it. And come on, let's go in.
Once all the prep work is done and the height sticks have been set, we're ready to do the blow. And as you can see here, the installer has began to start laying down an even flow of cellulose as he goes throughout the attic. In this part of the blow, you can see that the installer lifts up the duct vents. In order to get the proper R value throughout the attic, you want to blow the proper R value underneath the duct vent, and as you can see, he's also covering up the hi-hat insulation cover for the recessed lights. The hi-hat covers have been set at a certain height so that we know when we blow on top of this attic hi-hat that we have the proper R value insulation installed throughout the attic. This particular part of the blow, as you can see, the installer has moved about, and he uses the hose in that instance to even out the insulation to keep the R value at a consistent height. It's very important to keep your R value consistent throughout the whole entire blow. Great R value gives great results, and as you can see here in this particular part of the video, we blow underneath the baffle vents. You do not want to blow into the baffle vents and put insulation into the soffit. It's very important to get underneath the duct vents in order to keep the right R value and throughout consistency in the attic area. Here you can see him building up the insulation in the lower parts of the attic area to ensure that we have the right R value. R value is critically important. Once again, you must give the customer an even blow in order to get consistent results throughout the attic. Always going back, matching up the height to your height stick is a good idea. It helps keep the flow of the height consistent throughout the attic. At some point towards the end of the blow, you may just want to turn on the air in order to blow some of the cellulose out of areas where you don't want it to be. You can even use this technique to level out the cellulose insulation in areas where it may not be as level as other areas. And it's always a good idea to blow all the material out of the hose before you finish. Once again, this is Insulate Technology. Please visit our website if you have any questions or comments. Thank you.